Hey everybody, Lois with Ellie Grace's Attic, and I am going to attempt to make a burlap wreath today. I've never done one of these, so we're going to learn some stuff together. I'm so glad you're here. If you're watching live, tell me hi in the comments where you're watching from, and we're going to see what we can come up with today. I have these sunflowers here. These inspired the whole thing. I wanted to use sunflowers. My sweet mama loves sunflowers, and so it's kind of a thing in our family. And I haven't taken down my 4th of July stuff yet, but I wanted something that was still summery to put up on the front door. And so when I saw these, I was like, I'm gonna try to make a wreath. So that's what we're doing. Hey Kim Harvey, how are you? All right, so this is what I have. I have a couple of bunches of these. I got these at the Dollar Tree, $1. So I just have a couple of those. Let me see. What else do I have? I have burlap ribbon. This I already had, and I went back. This is just a roll of burlap ribbon. This is about 8 inches wide. It may or may not be too big, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm just kind of winging it, but I did go back and get a couple more of these just because I didn't want to run out, because it's going to take at least 2, I think, to make this happen. And if I don't use it all, I mean, you can use burlap for about a gazillion things, so it's not going to get wasted. So this is 8 inch, and then we're going to do this little alternating thing, I hope. So I bought some smaller burlap. This one is about 5.5. Both of them are 15 foot long, the ribbon, but this one's about 8 inches and this one's 5.5. Doesn't have to be those sizes. That's just what I'm using for this. You do need kind of a bigger, the burlap, and then the alternating one that's going to go in the middle that I'm going to show you needs to be smaller. Now, the ones that I saw when I looked it up, because I did like, okay, let me see what other people are doing. One lady actually used a ribbon, like a design. I think it was plaid for fall, and so you can do that if you want it to be burlap and then a printed ribbon and then burlap, and that way you have a ring in the middle that's like an accent. You can do that, but I just wanted my whole wreath to just be burlap, so that's what we're doing today. So I've got my rolls of burlap, I've got twine, and then later I have these things out. I don't know if we're going to use them. I have some extra greenery, which I got at Hobby Lobby. It's in the ribbon section. I have some little butterflies that I got at Dollar Tree. And then I just had some random rope in my craft stuff, my stash here at home, so I have that. Oh, and the ribbon I got at Hobby Lobby, or the burlap. This was at Hobby Lobby. It was in the craft ribbon section, sorry. The big ones, they're marked $8.99, and these little ones are marked $6.99. But y'all should know me by now, if you watched me for more than a minute. I don't buy anything full price, so these were on sale 50% off, which their sections, different sections in the store go on sale 40 to 50% off, like every other week. So you just kind of have to catch it. So, and I'm sure you can get this anywhere craft supplies are sold. It doesn't have to be Hobby Lobby. And then, last but not least, you need one of these. You can get these at Dollar General. I think I got this at Dollar Tree. You can get them at Dollar Tree. I can't remember. But Dollar Tree, of course, it's $1. Dollar General is going to be a couple of dollars, but not much. But again, you can get these most anywhere craft supplies are sold. This is a 14 inch? Yes, 14 inch in diameter wire wreath. So let's get going. We'll see what happens. If it's a total fail, well then y'all are just gonna have to love me anyway. So we'll see. I cut my tag off my wreath, and I'm gonna cut some twine because this is what we're gonna use to connect the burlap to the wire. So I'm just kind of guesstimating that's probably about 8 or so. It's still probably 8 or 9 inches, but these aren't going to show, so it doesn't matter. Just about the same length. They're going to be hidden in your wreath, so they don't have to be pretty. So I'm just going to do a few of these because I think at some point if we run out of ribbon, this will help us connect. But if we need more, we'll cut more. So, and plus this is wrapped in twine, so you've got some extra little pieces of twine on this. So I'm going to unroll this bad boy. I'm going to move these sunflowers over out of the way. Oops. Hold on. I have a paintbrush soaking from earlier, so let me just clean that and put it away so it doesn't get all nasty. I digress. Sorry. All right, I'm just putting these extra pieces of twine over to the side. So I've got this one open. Let me take the tag off. All right, I got that one open. And we're going to open this little one. They don't make it easy for you to open the ribbon. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get them started. And we're going to fold it in half. And we're just going to make a little hole. It already kind of has holes because it's burlap. This, again, I'm just cutting like a slit. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's not going to be seen. So I'm going to take a piece of that twine that I cut. I'm just running the twine through the hole, I think. Now, and your wreath is like the wire. It has rows, like this top, we'll call that 1, or the top row, and then the middle one like number 2, and then the bottom one like 3. We're gonna start with the, and I'm just picking, like this is gonna be the top. I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna call it a stopper, this horizontal or vertical piece of wire. That's where we're gonna tie onto. And I'm gonna tie on in this first outer row. So I have, all right. So I'm just gonna string it through there, and I'm gonna flip it over and tie it. All right. So I'm just tying it in a knot. And we'll just trim this down like so. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with our bottom one. Once we get it tied off, it should be a fairly easy process. That one don't want to cut. And try to cut your hole close to the end, but you don't want to get too close because you don't want it to like tear apart. But all right, now we're gonna go into that middle section, pull it tight, and we're gonna tie it off. And the way that we're gonna string the ribbon through, it should, like, we shouldn't have to tie it again like this unless we, until the end. Because the way that we're gonna alternate the ribbons, it should hold it in place. We'll see. Like I said, if it's a fail, just don't do what I do and love me anyway, okay? So, there's that. All right, so now, we have our ribbon. Let me see, I'm left-handed, so give me a second to figure out how we're gonna run this. Let me move this extra ribbon over here out of my way. Pardon me. And the scissors. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, oh, I think this, hold on, there we go. Yeah, had to put it over the top. Now we're gonna start with our big ribbon. And all we're gonna do is, you know what, I might have tied that on backwards. No. Y'all hold on. Yep, I think I did tie it on backwards. Hold on. I think I was supposed to come from the bottom. Nope. I told y'all, hold on. No, I think that's right. Okay, we're gonna come through, make a loop like so, and you're gonna come through the bottom like that. So you're gonna have a little twist at the top. So you're just gonna come through. If you'll see what I did, I used the bigger ribbon first, and you're just making a loop. See, I kind of had to come over the top, which is fine. And you're making a loop that you could put your fingers through, and you just kind of push it towards that bar, that horizontal piece. You can make these, you can make, if you want a fuller wreath, you can make them a little bit bigger. I'm just going, I can't even guesstimate. I've got 2 fingers in there, so we'll call it that. Then I'm taking the smaller and kind of doing the same thing. I've pushed that first piece all the way to that bar, and so I'm gonna come over. Bring it through that middle section, same thing. I'm making a loop. Okay, now I'm going to take that bottom piece, try to keep it folded in half, or at least that's what I'm trying to do. We'll see what we end up with. And I'm going to kind of cross over and come up through that bottom row with my loop. So I've got 3 loops essentially, maybe. And you just push it like so. And so that's just gonna hold it in place. And then you're just gonna keep going. Now that I've got that one, I kind of make a loop. That's my first little section. Come up, and you can kind of fluff them out as you go. And you're just gonna push it again towards it. And we're just gonna go all the way around like so. And try not to get too twisted up. Hold it in place, double it up or in half, and you're gonna do the middle again. And then you're gonna do the third. Kind of going over that. You're kind of going over your second ribbon and coming up, and that's what's kind of holding it in place because you're alternating it over. I think this 8-inch ribbon might have been too big, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work. And so that's what you're ending up with. And see, it's kind of just twisting over each other in the back. Okay, so now we're going to take the 8-inch again, bunch it up, run it through the top. Okay, I think we might be cooking with grease now. Kind of fluff as you go. It's going to look, I mean, you can fluff it out as you go or kind of fluff it out at the end. So this is going to be really pretty. Now it depends on how you accent it, but this is just a generic burlap wreath. So if you just hook your stuff on with wires at the end, you could really kind of make this an interchangeable situation for different holidays. Okay, I'm coming in my bottom. Again, you can make these loops bigger if you wanted like a bigger, fluffier wreath, or if you are want to conserve your material, you can make the loops smaller. Somebody, I think on here, is doing this with me live. If you're doing it with me, will you like holla, raise your hand or something in the comments? Let me know how it's going. I think it was Kim Harvey maybe said she was doing it. I'll hold on that last little section. That last little, like I'm at another horizontal or vertical bar, so it's kind of okay. So that was 1, 2, 3, like 4 runs, and you'll see that's what we have so far. Isn't that cute? I don't think I'm doing too bad for my first time ever. I mean, it took me a hot minute there in the beginning. I'm like, oh wait, that doesn't look right, but no, it's looking kind of cute. What do y'all think? Okay, Kim says Kim Harvey is attempting to do this as well. How's it going, Kim? How's it going? Okay, so I got that bottom row. Like I said, this is the first little section. So this, you'll see, is going really quickly, so it won't take long. And we're just gonna, I'm gonna skip over that bar, just keep going. Make your little loop, pull it through. Like we're trying to keep the loops the same size so it'll look uniform. Then we're gonna come in with our middle. Okay, if we run out of ribbon, y'all, the transition, that should be interesting, but we're gonna attempt it. But we still have a good bit of ribbon, so should be good. You know, most of my crafts that I do on here with you guys, I have at least done something similar. It's a lot of painting or whatever, or sometimes it's just an idea that I have. Did I just go in the wrong? No, that was right. Sorry. Here I am talking while I'm trying to, but I usually have a general idea, a plan, or I've done something similar before. But with this, girls, we're all in this together because Lois has never made this type of wreath. I have made wreaths before. I used to do the grapevine wreaths and hot glue stuff on them. I've done the straw wreaths. I've done the styrofoam. You know, you can buy the wreath forms that are the green styrofoam in the floral department. Done those. Okay, my twine keeps trying to come on into the picture and it needs to stay over there. All right. I think the hardest part of this is kind of holding it in place, but it's not difficult. But I really think this is going to be cute on the front door. I'm super excited. See, so don't be afraid to try new stuff, because I'm pretty excited. Now I will say, I did the math yesterday and the burlap was not cheap, but it wasn't super expensive either because I caught it half off. So I would say by the time I added up the materials for this with the burlap, the flowers, I'd say I'm still $20 or under. So I don't think that's terrible for a wreath, because if you've priced wreaths that are already made, they're like, some of them around $100, $150 depending on how, like the deco mesh ones. Some of those they're really big though and full and have the cute little accents and stuff, but wreaths can get expensive. So I'm thinking for 20 bucks, we're gonna be coming out ahead. All right, so that was my bottom row. So I'm gonna come back up to the top. Excuse me. Just real life. Oh, and there's some more real life. That's my laundry going off downstairs. All right. Stay there. That going in the bottom. All right, does anybody have any questions so far? I'm gonna attempt to craft and answer questions at the same time. Kim, how is it going? Is yours coming along? Okay, why am I not? Okay, here we go. Now, if you like sunflowers, or if you're in my craft and chow group, I should clarify that. And you like sunflowers, we're gonna be doing a sunflower craft for August. Your August box will have sunflowers. So, that's exciting. If you don't know what Craft and Chow is, it is our monthly craft subscription box. The membership opens up in July and in December. And it is a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun in there. You get a box every month. It's a different craft. And it's delivered straight to your door. You get all the basic supplies to do the craft. You have access to our private Facebook group where we share tips and tricks and encouragement. And you get access to our live Zoom once a month. You can do the craft on your own. There's instructions, or you can do it with us together on Zoom. So it's a lot. We have a lot of fun in there. So if you know somebody that loves to craft, or you love to craft and want to join us, okay, we're getting to the end of this one. Check that out, or message me for more info. All right. We are whoop, whoop, getting it done. So we got 2 sections done. I'm on starting on the 3rd. There's 6 sections total in your little wreath. Let's see some comments. Kim says, Kim has a different type of burlap, but she's making it work. I can't wait to see what you end up with. That's the thing. We're not, sometimes, you know, supplies vary from store to store, but you can always find a way to make it work. All right. Crossing over. So cute. The only hard part on mine is I guess I could see probably the benefit to having a different ribbon in the middle because it's easier to differentiate, but it's still, I like the total burlap look. I don't know. Well, I guess it's because I had sunflowers too, and I was like, I don't know. I couldn't find I did look at some alternating like print ribbons, but I was like, nothing jumped out as, oh yeah, that goes with sunflowers, if that makes sense. So there I was taking forever in the ribbon section trying to figure out what I was doing. But I did end up going with the plain burlap. I don't know, I like crafts like that are kind of generic, that you could put out for different things. Like I said, because this is just burlap, if I'm probably gonna hot glue my stuff on, but if you wanted to just use wire to attach your accent pieces, you could totally change those out and use the same burlap ribbon for different seasons. Just, you know. All right, so that was the bottom. All right, you can see it is going pretty fast. I'm just taking forever because, you know, I gotta talk. It gets kind of tricky when you get to that bar. Well, and I think again, my burlap was bigger. Like it's 8 inches, and so that kind of is, you know, you want to make sure you don't see any wire. So we're about halfway done. It's, like I said, coming along really quickly, except for me running my mouth. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna have to go through on this side one more time just to kind of keep it tight, because you don't want it to be too loose. You want to keep it as tight as possible so the wire is not showing. You know, you don't want to be able, when you look at it like this, you don't want to be able to see the wire. But overall, this is a little bit, or it's much easier than I thought it was going to be. It was kind of intimidating. Like, I don't know how to make a wreath. All those people making those beautiful deco mesh wreaths, and I'm like, psh. But you can do scary things, big, hard, scary things. I mean, come on, if you can make a burlap wreath. Okay, we're almost to the end of our big burlap, so we are gonna have to transition. Y'all say a prayer. So one 15-foot roll of burlap, the 8-inch, did us a little over halfway. Okay, so I'm gonna stop. I have about this much left. I'm gonna stop, and we're gonna transition, or attempt to transition. So you'll see it's not going to come apart. It's kind of staying pretty good. Let me unroll another one. Okay. This is where that twine we cut is going to come in handy. So I'm going to, oops. We're going to take this off, get it unrolled. So this is where it's important when you're buying your ribbon or your burlap. Excuse me, if you catch it on sale, that's why you want to get 2 or 3 rolls if you can, because you want them to be similar color. Because believe it or not, even though it might be the same brand and everything, if it was manufactured at a different time or in a different batch, it might even be a shade off, if that makes sense. That has happened to me before. But you want to make sure it's the same color and the same size, as close as possible. So I'm just going to unroll this, and I'm going to cut probably 3, like close to the end, just snip 3 little spots. Kind of as close to the end as you can. That was more than little, but that's okay. It's already, like I said, got holes, so you just have to sniff. Words are hard. And kind of in the same spot, if you can. You just want to snip those so they're kind of close or in the similar location. Okay, then what we're gonna do is take a piece of our twine, or 3 pieces, actually we'll need 3 pieces, and we're just going to string this together. like so, hopefully. Okay, and we're just gonna tie that. So we're just kind of tying it together to make a long piece of ribbon, so it'll be continuous. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Oh, I tell you what, I appreciate y'all just coming along with me, whatever, whatever. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Hey, it's fun to craft with friends though, for sure. Y'all do me a favor too. If you're on here or if you're watching it on the replay, watching it live, do me a favor and sprinkle the video to your friends so they can maybe make their own burlap wreath. If you do make one, or Kim, when you finish yours, post a picture on our page. I kind of cut those holes a little big, but that's okay. We're going to tie it super tight. But show me your burlap wreaths. Show me what you're crafting. I'd love to see it and share that with our community. I'm just snipping off the tails, but... And so now, we might have to transition again with the middle one, but we got this one going so far. All right, so now we can keep going. That was at the top. So now we're gonna do our middle. Push that through. And then we're gonna come over, and I'm hoping we did it where we're not gonna show our transition. So yeah, the transition is kind of hiding. You'll see there's all of our ties, and we'll be able to hide that kind of towards the back. Then we're gonna come back up here with this loop. And so we've got that transition piece is kind of hiding out in the back. So that worked out. Thank you, Jesus. And now we're going to go in the middle. And we'll go over and at the bottom, pull through. Whoop, whoop. Okay, my ribbon is like all over the place. Then we're going to come up to the top. Maybe. And in the middle. All right, Kim, you haven't commented. How's yours coming? Okay, and I'm going to the bottom. I'm coming up to another bar. The little horizontal or vertical, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, the stoppers, they're kind of tricky. You just it kind of gets tight right there, but they're not that hard. All right, Kim says she's doing good, so what? Awesome. Coming through, we got like 2 more sections, and then we'll be able to tie off and accent, which will be the fun part. There's my washer again telling me to come get it. Like, can I just say, when did we get washers and dryers that were smart enough to beep at us? Which you would think that would be a good thing, but sometimes I'm like, quit screaming at me. It's like, it's not like you have enough vying for your attention, right? Now the laundry and the laundry's doing it too. It's like screaming at me. Sorry, I digress very easily. All right, I went ahead and put one more in right there towards that bar, just to kind of fill it. Now we're gonna come up. Okay, get over there to our top. 2 more runs and we're gonna be done, which this has only taken about 30 minutes. It probably would have taken less than that if I would not be talking so much. All right, going through the middle. Then we're gonna go over Whoops, and through the bottom. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited about this. Can I tell you? I love it when you start out doing something and you're like, oh, I'm not so sure, but it's really looking cute. And I'm just laughing because I love it. That I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate y'all so much just coming along with me, being faithful. Like, hey, I don't know, do y'all come along because you like the crafts, or do you come along to see, I wonder if she's gonna mess up today? No, just kidding. I mean, I am good for a few laughs for sure. I crack myself up on a daily basis, can I tell y'all? Gotta laugh. All right. That done. What? Going through the middle. Going over that middle one and into the bottom. I think our middle is about to go out, so we're going to have to transition that piece, but so far we're doing good. I don't think 2 transitions is terrible. That means it's only going to take 2 of the rolls, but like I said, I think I had 2 of the smaller and 3 of the bigger because I wasn't sure. So there's that. Come through right here with the middle. All right, I am going to stop there and we're going to transition, but look how cute. So excited. All right, we're going to stop there and transition our smaller burlap. All right, just going to throw that on the floor. All right, do I have 3 pieces of twine? 1. See, I could probably cut this one in half. This is what actually came off of the bigger twine. So we're going to do the same concept here. We're going to snip 3 little holes. I'm going to try to do it double this time to save a minute. These are, yeah, they're close. I was like, this one's smaller, but it's just the way it kind of shrunk up. And again, this part doesn't have to be pretty because it's going to be hiding underneath your, on the bottom side of your wreath. So snipped those holes. We're tying this tight together. You don't even really have to trim the tails. I did, or will, but again, I didn't measure. I just snipped 3 holes. But I'm super excited to get finished with it and put our sunflowers on there, since that was the inspiration for the whole thing. And again, I like using burlap because burlap is just, it's generic, it goes with everything. You could even do, it would be pretty. I did look, they have colored burlap, obviously, not just tan, but again, I couldn't find a color that I liked that would go with the sunflowers. I probably could have did a darker brown, that might have been pretty, but I didn't really want it to be fallish, if that makes sense. I just kind of wanted a country summer look. All right, so see, that one went a little bit faster. We just connected those 2 ribbons. And so I had the last little loop I did was in the middle. So we're just gonna let that go, and we'll come over with the bigger through the bottom. Maybe. Like I said, I'm at the bar and it gets a little tight right there, but just push it on through. And yeah, that, I think I can get one more on this side. Okay, my big ribbon is acting up. We're going to push through the top. Now the middle. There we go. All right, we're starting on our last little section. All right, that was the middle. So I'm gonna come over and through the bottom row, like so. I keep having to push the ribbon away. It keeps trying to come up here and bunch up in my business. All right, back up to the top, and then our middle. And again, that transition is hiding out on the back side. Then we'll come over with our bigger ribbon to the bottom row. We're almost to the end. And then, okay, I was like, when it gets almost to the end, it like doubles up on itself. There's my twine, okay. Back up through the top. Then the middle. Then we're going to go over with the big one to the bottom row. So go over your smaller ribbon, so you're just crossing over it down to the bottom. It's getting kind of tight, but we're going to keep going. Back up to the top. It's kind of crinkled because that's where it was, the way the roll did. Don't panic, just keep going. Just keep making your loops. Now I kind of got a bear claw on it. Let me unroll that a little bit more. Got our smaller, wait, yeah, that was the first. Got our small, we're going through the middle. I probably should quit talking. Then over the smaller with the bigger into the bottom. Come on. Can't find the, there it is. I was like, I can't find my loop. Well, this piece wants to be difficult. Okay. All right. That was the bottom. Back up through the top. It's probably going to get a little, not tricky, but just tight there at the very end. So I just went through the top, smaller through the middle. Go over that with the bigger through the bottom. Kind of shoving it in there at the end. Keep going, be persistent. I think that's going to be the last loop. That was the bottom, but maybe I could do one more. I'm going to come up through the top, maybe, because I don't want to see the wire. All right. Now, if you have a bad transition period, I think I can feel that. Okay, I came up through the top one more time. But if there's any area that you see the wire through when you're done, just put your accents there. You don't have to like freak out or undo the whole thing, but just put your accent there, cover it up, or put a ribbon there. I didn't actually have ribbon to put ribbon on this today. I might have to add it later, but we'll see what we have. So this is where we're at. Look how cute it came out. I love it. Not too bad for my first time, huh? Although I do have burlap shavings all over me. So now we're gonna try to snip it and tie it off. So I'm gonna just kind of snip a tail. So I had that much left of that second big roll. we'll save that because you could definitely use that later on something else. I'm gonna snip the smaller one. And see, this was the second one. So it didn't even use two, it used two big ones, two big ones almost. And like, I don't know, I'm gonna call that 1.5 or 1.5 of the smaller ones, depending on the size of ribbon you get. Now, I'm gonna snip holes in this. I don't know if there's a right or wrong way to do this, but I'm gonna tie these two together like we've been doing. And then we'll tie it to the, let me get a bigger piece of twine because, yeah. I'm gonna cut another piece of twine. Gonna kind of run this through. Maybe. Find the hole I cut. All right. Well, bless America, doesn't want to go through. Okay. All right, so I just cut holes, ran that all through. I'm going to tie these two pieces together first, and then I'm going to kind of run it. I'm just going to run it through around the wire. That's, if you can see, I tied the tails together, and then I'm kind of taking the tail after I knotted that, and I'm just going to run it through around the wire, and just kind of put a knot in that. Okay, I'm gonna snip that piece down. I guess I could have left that and it could have been our hanger, but I'm gonna trim this a little bit more just cause. All right, so that can probably be our top, and we will put our hanger there. But, and again, you can fluff up all the things, but I kind of like it. You can fluff them, get them pretty, but that's what we have so far. Not too bad. I'm gonna call this the top where we ended. So I'm gonna put that like that. Now we're gonna work on some accents, and then we'll tie some twine at the top to hang it at the end. So now I have these little things, which was the inspiration for the whole thing. I am not even worried about the stems. Thank you, Holly. A really good friend got this shirt for me. Isn't that awesome? All right, so I'm just popping these off. Holly says she liked my shirt, but she was the sweet friend that got it for me. Yeah, these just pop off. Like, you just pop them off. So I don't know how many I'm going to use, but I'm going to pop them all off. And then we'll see what happens. I don't know that I don't think I want the sunflowers all the way around, but so then you have this crazy thing. All right, so this is our top, we decided. So I think I just want some cute sunflowers down here at the bottom. But you know what? Let me see this rope first, because you know I had this rope, and my brain was wondering if I should do some rope through the middle like that. What do y'all think about the rope? Is that too much? Or does that make it look nautical? I don't know. I think I kind of like the rope. I think I might add the rope. We're going to add that first. I don't know that I'm going to use this. I might save that for something else. But I am going to hot glue mine since it's specifically for summer. I might have to do transitional one later, and we might have to work on that together. But I got my hot glue gun fired up. So we're just gonna start at some random spot right here. I need another hot glue stick though. And we are just gonna put in some hot glue right on the burlap. And I'm gonna kinda do a little maybe twirly situation happening with our rope. Like I'm gonna try to do a wavy pattern look thing with it. It doesn't really take words are hard, a lot of hot glue. We're just gonna, and there's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just kinda, like I said, making a wavy pattern with it. And here comes some more real life. There's my Finn coming up the stairs. Watch, there it goes. Hold on. Hey, Finn. You want to craft? Would you like to craft? Say hi. Finn. All right, we're going to come back up. I'm not done, bub. I'll be done in a minute. And then I'll make lunch. Oops, this one came undone. Little boys, they're always worried about that next meal. All right, hold on. Gotta kind of hold it. I was moving a little fast. You gotta kind of hold your hot glue or your rope in place just for a few seconds to let it set. And really stick on there. It dries pretty fast. Get that on there. Ah. Hot glue's hot, in case you didn't know. Y'all make sure y'all sprinkle the video for me. I'd appreciate that so much. All right, we're going around. Kim, did you get yours finished? Or are you still looping? All right, I'm gonna try to cut mine real quick. Right here. Ah, doggone it, I just pulled it out of the glue because all right. Kim is still working on hers. All right, so I put, oops, hot glue. All right, so it'll look like this. I was like, where's my top? So we added the rope. Again, no rhyme or reason. I just went around kind of in a wavy section. And right here where our rope connects, I think I'm gonna add some sunflowers. Just a nice little bunch of sunflowers. Just hot gluing those in. Just dropping some hot glue in my ribbon and sticking these in. I don't know, I might need a few more. I might carry it down a little bit further. Again, you don't have to use sunflowers. You can use whatever flower you love, whatever is available in your local craft store. I might be able to just use them all. That's our top. So this is what we have so far. This is our, we said that that was our top. So that's what I have so far. I don't know that I love this little piece right here though. I might have to, it's cute. I'm wondering if I change it. I don't know. I like it. It just seems wonky to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna add these last two sunflowers and we're gonna see what we end up with. Maybe that's what I need, is the last two sunflowers to just even it out. Cute. I think my mama would have loved this. Maybe I do need to add the greenery. Maybe that's what it is. All right, what do y'all think? This is what we have so far. This is our top. That's what we have. It's cute and summery, but I'm thinking I might need some greenery on there. So I did have the butterflies. I don't think I'm gonna do the butterflies just because I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. Think I need greenery? All right. Ah. Well, this stuff is double knotted. Okay, there it is. All right, let me see, where's the end of this stuff? Aha, they were hiding it. All right, so I wonder, I think the greenery might be what I need. What do y'all think? I think the greenery is what we need. Just a little. So we're gonna add that, and then that's it. I don't even think I'm putting a ribbon on here. And I think I'm just gonna kinda, got that first piece down in there. This is a wire too, this greenery. So it's, you can kind of bend it into the shape that you want. I'm just hot gluing it actually on top of the rope. The first piece I kind of hot glued down into the burlap. Are you gonna stay? Stay. Why am I not staying? It just takes a minute for that hot glue to set. We're almost done with this. I don't think I'm gonna do anything else to it after we get this greenery on here. I think that's what was throwing me off though. I think it was too brown. Okay. Yeah, we got that unrolled just a little bit. I'm not really, there's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just kind of, the way it's laying out is the way I'm gluing it. I mean, I did just spin that, but just kind of following the rope. All right, and we're back to the end. My hot glue is like, I keep moving, trying to move too fast, but we're almost done. I think this is one of those things that once you do it, then you're like, oh, you can move like faster as you, you know, with every one that you do, you'll move a little bit faster. So I'm just gonna kind of come hot glue this towards the end behind our flower here. Oh man, that was hot. It's not crafting unless you burn yourself, right? All right, so my hot glue is gonna need to dry just a little bit, but we said this was the top. This is what we have now. I really like it now that we put the greenery on it. So it'll look like this. Isn't that cute? So now all I'm gonna do is add a little piece of twine on the back. I'm gonna kind of gently lay that over. And we're just gonna take a piece of twine from the back, or from our roll of twine. I'm gonna do it in half like that. I'm gonna put a knot in it. I might go a little bit deeper though, because I don't want, actually, can I just tie this on the top? I think I'm just gonna tie it. I'm just gonna twist it or put the two tails through the bottom of my wreath at the top, and I'm just gonna tie it in a knot like so. So all I did, I took those two little, where is it? Here it is. I took the tails, wrapped it around the wire, and just tied a knot in it. So there we've got a loop, and it'll hang like so. So there you go, a sunflower burlap wreath. I know it took forever, I'm sorry, but it was super easy, and the way that we alternated the ribbon is gonna hold itself to that wire wreath. And I used sunflowers because that was my inspiration, but you can use any kind of flowers, any kind of burlap and ribbon, and just make wreaths to your heart's desire. So sprinkle the video for me. Thank you for hanging out with me, and if you make a wreath, come back and post it in the comments. Love you guys. Happy crafting.